Boys and girls, this is the Undisputed Era. Adam Cole, Kyle O'Reilly, Roderick Strong, and you're listening to Going In Raw, baby.
This is the glorious one, Bobby Roode, and you're watching Going In Raw.
What's up, it's your girl, Sasha Banks, the Legit Boss, and you're watching Going In Raw. You like that?
Hey, friendo, Steve here.
And Larson.
And welcome back to Going In Raw, the only pro wrestling podcast you need to be listening to right here at youtube.com/Steve and Larson. And available wherever podcasts can be found. Be sure to hit that subscribe button and the notify bell just to make sure you always got your new Going In Raw notifications.
Yeah.
It's also available on the Patreon at patreon.com/Steve and Larson. Got a couple new patrons in here today and over the weekend. My son, Christopher Kaufman, is back on board as a patron. Welcome, son. Boy, he killed me at fantasy football last week.
Yeah, he beat me this week.
Just
barely.
This week I eked out a 2-point victory against
man.
you.
Yeah, that's what I just
said. Oh,
said.
yeah. Oh, man. Woo, go me. That was close.
It was close.
That was so close.
I think if James Conner hadn't I think he tweaked his ankle during the game yesterday, so if that hadn't happened, I might have.
Who's your quarterback?
It was Daniel Jones and New York Football Giants. I've had a rash of injuries across all my leagues.
Did he get injured like right before the game or something?
No, he played.
Who did you? I thought you had like a donut from somebody.
Oh, no, that was one of my wide receivers.
Oh, that was your wide receiver.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
If I played one of my other wide receivers, I would have won.
Oh, yeesh. Yeah.
He was a game-time decision, so.
Yowza. Anyways, that feels good. So, Chris Kaufman, ACB, and Chunky Monkey, our new patrons.
Welcome.
For us.
Welcome all.
I'm still a tad under the weather. Forgive my voice, please. Today we're going to talk about Raw season premiere.
Man, what a weird show.
Man, yeah, oh boy, that was a weird show. People seem to like it though.
Really? On
the community tab, I was pretty shocked too because I thought that with the exception of the last 10 minutes, I thought it was like they were going out of their way to make that the B show.
Oh yeah, it felt like it. I know.
Like Rusev may or may not have been cucked out to Bobby Lashley, but they seem to have cucked out Raw for SmackDown. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Holy moly! And I'm not even going to say it was. It's okay. So the worst wrestling is boring wrestling.
Yeah.
There was nothing boring about last night.
No, it was just strange.
It was just like really weird and kind of funny. Okay. So yeah. So yays were 36%. In between was 30%. Earlier last night. Sorry. Last night, about an hour or so after I put up this poll, it was at around 45% yay. So that actually dipped after people watched it apparently. So I mean that's still 66%. Was either yay or in between.
A largely positive, viewing experience.
The nays are only at 13%. The don't plan to watch was way down to 13%.
That's good.
So that's good.
We should put another option in there. Really weird, because last night was really weird.
Kind of feel like that's a little bit of the in between right there.
I guess so.
Yeah. There were some strange things going on. But I don't know, like, what was the episode? Was it the one before that I was like, man, it kind of felt like a Raw after Mania. Was it last week's?
Yeah.
I thought that could have been a good season premiere.
Yeah, this just felt like kind of par for the course, except for the return of Lashley at the end.
The last 10 minutes had me howling. I was dying laughing because that stuff happened. It was hilarious. And then, like, all in the same sequence, The Fiend comes and does his thing to Seth Rollins.
Yeah.
And it's like, what's going on? Are they still making out at the top of the ramp?
I would assume so. Now that the lights have dimmed, it's even sexier
It's
up there.
probably, like, even more, more F content happening.
Probably.
But you got Baron Corbin and Randy Orton up there also giggling.
Yeah, that was like, that part made it funny, but just them holding on them making out, awkward.
Yeah.
It's really awkward.
A little bit. I mean, they were doing the movie makeout thing where no tongues were involved.
Yeah, I know. Still.
Yeah.
Just watching anybody make out is kind of awkward.
Maybe. I mean, it's some people find it attractive. Some people might find it a turn on. Have you ever watched pornography before? It's kind of like that. It's that.
I understand that. I understand that aspect of it.
Sometimes more happens.
Oh, really? Usually I turn it off after the making out, but there's more that happens.
Oh man,
I thought that's all it was.
I felt like by and large that last night's Raw kind of just like it. They're really trying. Number one, I have not seen two people revert to just awkward commentary more than Dio and Vic Joseph. Vic was okay, but Dio was like terrified.
He
apparently.
was trying to. Well, I mean, it's probably a lot different experience. You got 205 Live and just being able to talk versus being on Raw and having someone barking in your ear the whole time.
So apparently, according to Oh, I think it was according to Alvarez on Wrestle on Radio last night. So with a grain of salt, obviously. Yeah. Cole was producing the commentator, so I'm not sure if Vince was in their ear or not. I don't know. Okay. Maybe he was. Maybe he wasn't.
Well, I'm sure he was still in his ear, whether it's the same degree as Vince.
Yeah,
who
sure.
knows?
Yeah.
But then you get Lawler in there, who he's at his best at this point when he's just doing a scripted like video game dialogue.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
When he tries to actually interject anything beyond that,
no.
Like mid-match. Oh, do you guys know where Otis is from?
Yeah. If the idea, I didn't hear that part.
Yeah, because they were talking about, of course, like with the War Raiders, talking about, like they like Vikings and stuff. And then, someone said something like, someone's from someplace. And maybe 120 seconds later, Lawler's like, do you guys know where Otis is from?
Yeah, it was really bad. Like, there was that kind of stuff. That's horrible. There was that kind of stuff all night. Like,
remember when Lawler used to have kind of on occasion decent one-liners?
Oh no, he hadn't. Dude, you don't have to. It's okay. He was funny back in the day. Even if you take out, even if like the stuff that hasn't aged well, the lecherous stuff.
Yeah.
He was legitimately funny.
He could be funny, but
he was pretty clever.
You couldn't find their IQ with a flashlight.
Yeah.
Where's the punchline there?
Right. Yeah, is that the punchline or is there a setup missing? I don't know which one it is.
I don't know. Is there some reference I'm not getting there between IQs and light necessary to be smart? I don't get it.
Yeah. I don't know.
Like he's. I sincerely hope this is a short-term thing.
I hope it was like a 1 week thing. It was terrible.
It was, especially the first
not good.
Hour and a half. It was bad.
It was really bad. There's like zero chemistry. Like why didn't they just have Aiden English there? Let them just say, look,
I know.
You guys are good on 205.
I felt like Dio loosened up to the second half of the show, and I felt like he did a much better job.
He'll be fine. Like he'll be fine. This is the first day. This is the first day on the job.
Like the LARPing stuff with War Raiders, I thought was funny.
Yeah, that was good. That was okay.
He's not worried about putting himself out there and being himself.
Yeah, he's adding the nerd culture thing.
And Vic was fine.
Yeah.
It's just Lawler. I don't know. Yeah. Oh, what was that crap with Lawler? Becky's there, and the whole time Lawler's like, "Oh, Becky, you promised me backstage you wouldn't do this. You wouldn't interfere with the match. What, Becky? Please don't."
Yeah.
What the heck was that?
I don't know. It was bad.
It was awful. Yeah. And he's like, "Oh, wait, no, she didn't. She promised that she wouldn't get involved until after the match ended." Like halfway through, he changed his narrative.
It was really bad.
It was painfully bad.
It was painful. That's a good word for it. Commentary was painful last night.
Well, Lawler was painful last night. I thought Vic was all right. I thought Dio, as the show went on, got much better.
Yeah.
Lawler was awful.
I mean, on one hand, I thought besides Lawler, like commentary was largely like Vic is very good at sort of blending his commentary in with the action, so you don't even notice him.
Yeah.
And it kind of just goes to what do you prefer? Like, assuming Lawler leaves at some point and they stick with a 2-man team, it might be okay because like commentary is just if you don't really notice it, might
kind
be
of
when
doing
it's
its
best.
job.
Yeah. On the other hand, I kind of liked Corey Graves and Michael Cole. I mean, we're gonna get them on SmackDown, but it all kind of goes to what.
I mean, we've seen the chemistry that Vic in 2 or 3 weeks and Dio had.
Yeah.
And it was good, and you could tell it's probably gonna get better, especially if they'd kept Aiden English as part of the 3-man crew.
Sure.
Just tossing Lawler in there with his random musings on stuff that don't matter.
Yeah.
Like coming up with, I don't know if he's doing shit stuff on the spot.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's like the perfect kind of what was emblematic about Raw last night was Miz TV. Mm-hmm. Just kind of awkward.
Yeah.
Really clumsy.
Yeah.
Never quite coming together.
Uh-huh.
And then they're totally telegraphing Seth lose that title.
Yeah, right.
I mean, like, wait a week on that, on him being captain of Team Hogan. Like, give that a week. All right?
Yeah. There's one thing, you're not going to have a Universal title match in Saudi Arabia.
I know, like the WrestleMania level show.
Yeah.
I mean, it seems like we're going to get Brock versus Ray for one of the matches.
Mm-hmm, yeah.
They kind of telegraphed that.
That's gonna
but at least that was relatively effectively done. Mm-hmm. But to have Hogan say, all right, here's my team captain, and it's the Universal Champion
like, wait,
who has a match Sunday for the title in Hell in a Cell. Guess who's not
like
winning?
A celebrity spot right there. Yeah. It was pretty ridiculous, man.
Oh, man. And then Seth's all like geeked out about it. Man, keep focused. Eyes on the prize, man.
He can't.
You got a Hell in a Cell match on Sunday.
He's got like
against a really scary dude.
And like the Fiend had a couple little bit. Like the Fiend was on football the other day, and then he was like, they had the Firefly Funhouse, and he's out there posing with Hogan and doing all the flexing and stuff.
Like, dude, focus.
Yeah, he's a mess.
What do you care more about? Wish fulfillment or being champion? Which one is
man.
it?
Oh man, the Lawler stuff or the Lesnar stuff I thought was good though when he beat the crap out of Walter.
Yeah, that was fun.
That was good.
I don't know if Walter had much choice, but he's taking some serious bumps.
Yeah, he was. Nah, he looked like he knew how to take it.
Well, he was tucking his chin. Yeah. But I mean,
I think he's been practicing.
Yeah,
Man.
he has.
Yeah.
But I doesn't know if he had much choice in terms of the severity of impact on a lot of those bumps.
I feel like there's just a lot of milling about until the draft happens. That's where we're at right now. We're at milling about until the draft.
Well, let's get into this a little bit because I was kind of surprised that they went all in so full bore. Granted, video packages you can swap out footage depending on how it's put together pretty easily. So let's start with this real quick. There's a new song for the There Now, Here Now, Then Now, Forever stuff.
Yeah. I got used to the other one, and they changed it.
I know.
This one seems more foreboding.
It does, but also seems like it's something they just plucked from the 80s.
Yeah.
It had a very 80s vibe to it with the synth horns and stuff.
There was a new video intro? Did I miss that? What the hell?
You missed the Skillet video intro?
Yeah, I think I did.
Oh, wow.
I watched it on an illegal stream because Xfinity figured out I was using my sister's password.
Well, maybe you should have been talking about it here on air the whole time. If you're operating such a scheme, Steve, you should probably keep it hush-hush.
Why didn't they debut it on Twitter first? That's what AEW did.
Yeah, that's what they did. WWE didn't do that.
Yeah.
So it's a song, which I'm sure you've heard, and there's footage of wrestlers intercut with footage of band playing song.
Well, I'm going to get on the illegal stream.
Oh, God.
Watch part 1.
Come on, we're in the middle of a show here.
No, I know. It's good. It's good.
No, it's not good. Did you notice the comments the other day? Someone was like, why are you guys watching Ted Cruz basketball videos in the middle of your show? Unprofessional.
Yeah, but he said he was a new viewer.
Yeah.
So it's okay.
We got to keep that in mind.
He'll get used to it.
We could be turning away all sorts of new viewers with you watching your
I haven't seen it.
Stream.
This is a raw review. I need
that's
to
why
watch the intro.
It was 30 seconds. It was forgettable.
Oh, was it? Okay,
yes.
Well, that's why I want to get your take on it. It sucked or what?
It didn't suck. It was just the song. It's not impactful enough for my prerogative. It's just not impactful. It just sounds like generic radio rock song. And that's I'm not trying to talk crap about Skillet. I'm sure they're good at what they do. People like them.
Yeah.
It's not my thing.
Yeah.
I don't need the video thing to start off the show. I just don't need it.
I like it.
I understand that.
I want it.
As video packages go, this was kind of middle of the road.
Okay,
that's
so
how
this
I felt.
was what would you prefer though? If they said, Larson, we're getting a video package, so just shut your trap, but tell us this. Do say this one thing. What would you prefer? The Skillet one or Nickelback?
It's a toss up, honestly.
Really?
Yeah. It's a
wow. I like the Nickelback one. It was really bad. But sometimes that's what I'm saying about wrestling, man. It's like when just don't get me boring.
Again, I'm not trying to talk crap about Skillet. Song
It's
just
okay.
not my thing.
You're not going to meet them.
No, because there's nothing wrong with the song. It was fine.
It sounded like an intro song.
Yeah, but there's concert footage of them playing the song during the intro package. It cuts between wrestlers wrestling and then them playing the song.
Oh, well, that's cool. No good? You gotta get the idea that people like these people.
I guess.
Yeah.
I'd never heard of them before they did this song, though.
Yeah.
And I don't have my ear to the ground with the wrestling or the music like I used to, but I still read stuff, and I never heard of them anyways.
Oh, yeah. I think there's a lot of bands that you haven't heard of. Man.
Oh, there's tons. I know.
Yeah. Well, that's...
Anyways,
well,
it just wasn't my thing, per se.
Whatever.
So the show kicks off with Rey Mysterio coming down the ring.
What'd you think of the new set? What'd you think of the new set?
I don't know if I really like the half pipe thing or the quarter pipe. It looks awkward. Oh, there you go.
Okay, so I am a big fan of when they actually build stuff.
Yeah.
And this was just more LED.
Which I don't mind as long because I like the idea of having the monitor come down to the floor of the stage and being one coherent unit. It's just like with the slope in it.
Yeah.
Of the quarter pipe.
It's like yeah.
It just looks awkward.
Yeah.
And I understand like they want to have it look like one seamless thing. but there's the door to Gorilla that you have to walk through to get to the stage, and it's kind of the wall there is kind of set back a little bit. And then half the time, people's video packages either have been updated or something, so they aren't continuous from the main monitor all the way down to the floor. Mm-hmm. Like Alexa Bliss's was fine, but then the Miz came out and his was just on the Tron, and he had the pyro on the header.
Yeah.
But then they had the house lights on, and so when they had the house lights on with just his Tron, his video package on the Tron, it made the whole set look really small.
Yeah.
So if they're going to do the idea of it's one large continuous LED that has stuff going on it during the whole entrance, and they have to be consistent with that. Maybe some people's packages weren't ready yet.
I think SmackDown's is going to blow it away. Yeah, I get the feeling that it's not just going to be an LED thing. I think it's going to be like a built thing.
You're expecting Fist.
I don't know. It's probably not going to be the Fist, but I think there's going to be something there. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it's going to be just another configuration of LEDs. I don't know.
It could be. I mean, this wasn't maybe this. I don't know. It's not a huge departure from what was there. Maybe they didn't want that.
Yeah.
Which, okay. I don't know. It's not bad.
What did you think about where the door is? It's like the Quantum Leap chamber.
It's off center, yeah.
Yeah, there's like a weird door just there,
and then more LED wall set back.
Yeah,
because like I said,
a big tunnel thing. That you can drive out of, and like.
But they wanted to seem like one. You know, like you're sitting in the arena and you're kind of far back, like one continuous LED board that someone.
I mean, once like for example, Corbin, like when Corbin's entrance, and you sort of go like on a medium shot on Corbin. You can make like the LED stuff. It's obviously very high fidelity. So like you can make it look like there's 3D stuff happening. And it looks. There are some instances with some of the entrances that it looks cool, and some of them don't.
Yeah.
So
like I thought Alexa's looked good because they had the kind of sparkle stuff going from the very top of the LED stuff all the way down to the floor, and that worked.
Yeah.
But if Miz's was the most glaring because there was only video playing on the actual Tron, and the house lights were up. And just made everything the video board just look really small.
Yeah.
So I think definitely the actual LED board is smaller than the previous one because that was like super widescreen.
It was a big widescreen.
Spanned quite a bit.
This one has
this actual board is smaller.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, it's different. That's fine. So, anyways, let's dig right into it. We got some super chats first. Let's do some.
All right, fair enough. Rich Nason, another dumb ending to Raw. New season, same
ass.
Ish. Christopher McKeon, Lawler telegraphing the scene was awful.
The Fiend.
Sorry, yeah, that was pretty bad. Like I understand he's kind of got some
PTSD. From the Fiend,
from getting attacked. I get that. It's just not convincing.
Yeah, nothing Lawler said last night was convincing.
Nothing.
I know.
Nothing.
I mean, I know. So like, apparently the idea was they got these two new guys that Heyman really likes. I think Heyman really liked Dio Madden. And Vic Joseph. So he's like, yeah, let's put them on Raw. And then I guess it was Vince's call to bring in Lawler.
Yeah, have someone familiar. Maybe I would suspect to kind of help the two new guys along.
On the list of people that you could have got that were like, to bring in Booker T, man.
I know.
Like if you want somebody,
if you want a veteran to help them out,
to
kind of anchor things for a bit. At least have a veteran who can actually like do the job well.
I know. Even
Booker T.
Or even like keep Renee there for a bit. I know she's going to be a special contributor to SmackDown. I don't even know what that
or
means.
Have I know that they wanted distinct crews for each show because the rosters are going to be separate now. But even have Corey to kind of moonlight for a few weeks, something.
Yeah, Ricky Scurvy said, all things aside, it was really cool to be there live for the return of Pyro on the new stage. It looked great in person. By all accounts, like a lot of people hit us up on Twitter and said it was an amazing show live. It did. I mean, it did feel like there was a very celebratory mood, and the crowd was very good.
Yeah.
So that was good. One more super chat, then we'll get going. Michael Jensen, when Otis went to the top rope, Dio said something like, "Welcome to 305 Live. They need time, but with quick wit like that, I see potential."
Yeah, it was when Hanson went to the top rope, for the splash. Yeah.
I wonder how they landed on Dio in the first place, like even back for 205.
I don't know.
Which granted was like a couple weeks. I wonder what that story was. Maybe he got some reps in and on doing some practice runs at NXT or something.
It could be. I mean, he's been in developmental doing the house show for a long time. Maybe it's from an in-ring perspective. They were worried that his development there wasn't far enough along, or injury that we're not aware of. I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, he's got a ton of potential.
Yeah, no,
he's super charismatic.
Yeah.
Based on the small sample size, I think sky's the limit for him on commentary.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Just take some reps to get some chemistry.
Kicked off with the Rey Mysterio promo.
And Lawler comes out and goes, "Oh, I guess we're getting the Universal title match to kick off the show."
Yeah.
You have notes, Jerry. You have notes in your hand.
Whoa, relax,
that gives you the
man.
show. No, because it takes away so much.
It really does. Well, I was like, that makes sense. Rey Mysterio comes out, but the thing about
He
Rey
was dressed
Mysterio-
in street clothes,
Yeah,
man.
I know. He had street clothes on.
But like he has the show rundown. He went to production meetings. He should know what the run of the show is.
Wait, do you think that was like? You think he was? I think that was like part of the show. He was supposed to say that.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I
I don't really automatically go to. You have show notes.
Well,
Like commentary is supposed to call it as if it's happening
I
on
understand.
the spot.
I understand
on the fly.
that. I understand that.
Yeah.
But when he says that, then Ray obviously walks out in street clothes.
Yeah, but here's the thing. There's kind of a precedent for that because Cesaro evidently these days just
Wrestles in street clothes. You were saying the other day, like, no, something was up. He wasn't prepared for a match. I was like, no, when that match against Mysterio.
No, that was the thing.
I don't know. I still feel
Well,
like
it was. I mean, he said it.
All right.
Like the commentary was selling that.
yeah.
But then on main event, he was wrestling in street clothes. Like, is that his thing now? Like now his thing is he's never prepared for a match.
did his stuff get stolen?
Yeah,
Because it's not
Perpetually?
just. Well, I mean, if his stuff got stolen, he's got to order. You got to ask someone to make him some new stuff. That
Yeah,
might
but they
take
have
time.
like a legion of
No, I know that sometimes
seamstresses
that can
back
take time.
there.
I don't know. I mean, it's cool looking pants.
So Ray might have been ready to fight in his street gear. I don't know.
In his Yeezys and his jeans.
Yeah,
In his cool Halloween Havoc '97 jacket.
yeah,
That was awesome.
Yeah, it was
and he had the
pretty neat.
mask, the throwback to that match against Eddie.
yeah. It was
that
good
was pretty
stuff.
cool.
Dominic, aka Walter, was sitting ringside. Ray tells Walter he's going to bring the Universal title home.
Well, he says, I almost wasn't in here because you, son, you convinced me to not retire.
Yeah.
I'm going to bring that Universal title home, and then,
Yeah. Scary Brock comes out.
yeah,
He takes the mic from Ray's hand, rips it out of his hands, gives it to Paul Heyman. He's all happy about that. And then Paul's about to talk. Ray gets the mic back out of Paul Heyman's hand.
Yeah.
Then he starts to talk. And then Brock says, enough of your talking, drops him with an F5.
F5.
And then another. And then Brock sort of mills about, big purple head, and looks over and notices Walter there sitting in the crowd.
stares at him forever.
Stares at him, then goes to ringside, and then as Dominic, he sort of like rushes him and like grabs him, throws him out, like drops him, picks him back up. It's all awkward because like wrestlers that have been doing it for a while know how to like seamlessly get into Brock's hands, but Brock just like bullied him.
Well,
up.
it seemed like too, like he was supposed to pick him up and F5 him immediately.
That could have been, yeah.
But then for whatever reason, Dominic kind of fell towards Brock's chest. He caught him, drew him on the ring post, and then slammed him.
Yeah, that was rough. So then let's see here. Back in the ring, Brock hits a German suplex on Walter, then another F5 for Ray. Brock leaves. Ray sort of brought himself back over to Walter and was like sort of, trying to protect him a little bit.
Yeah.
Brock was having none of that, comes back over, starts annihilating
Yeah, he
everybody.
suplexes Ray across the ring. Same for Dominic. You get some refs. You get Pat Buck, Fit Finlay coming down the ring, try to break things up. Paul Heyman's there trying to calm down Brock. He's doing this thing where at one point he's in the ring and he has his hands to his head like this.
Yeah.
Like he's out of control, like he doesn't know what he's doing.
Yeah.
Which is kind of different than usual. So he gets back in there finally, beats the heck out of Pat Buck in the corner, kicks Fit Finlay out of the ring, and then tosses Ray and Dominic out. Brock rips his shirt off, takes another beat like, oh man, I'm out of control, and then finally he just kind of relishes in it.
Yeah. ALK has a good point here in chat. It says, why didn't Walter ever run in to defend his dad? He absolutely had no heart whatsoever. So I kind of understood him not jumping the rails because that's like, you're not supposed to do that.
Yeah, he's a spectator. He
But
bought
at
a
the same
ticket.
time, he does need to learn to emote because he looked like he just didn't really care that his dad just got his ass whooped in the ring. He was just sort of like, huh? Yeah, look at that. My dad just got his ass beat to him. Yeah.
He should have went in the ring and doled out some chops.
Where was the rest of Imperium to help him out?
They're in Orlando getting ready for NXT tomorrow.
That joke will never get old to me. Anyways, after that we had Sasha Banks versus Alexa Bliss. Are they still doing the Horsewoman versus Horsewoman this Friday? That was advertised, right?
Yeah.
The tag match.
Yeah,
that should
that's
be good.
still happening.
Yeah, we got Sasha Banks and Alexa Bliss. Becky comes out. She has her steam back, and she was very happy about that.
Yeah. She went out, came out to join the commentary team.
God, you could tell. Like, I don't want to get back on. I don't want to get you on a roll. But Lawler during this Becky stuff was so like you could literally see the hamster wheel in his head trying not to revert to his Divas era. Because he said something about like, oh, that was my number one wish. Like she said, yeah, I'm glad I got my steam back. And he said, yeah, that was my number one wish. What was my number two wish? And he sort of trails off. And I'm like, you were gonna say something lecherous, weren't you? You did, you old man. Anyways, yeah, she was on commentary
for a moment.
Yeah, she stands up on the desk, and her and Sasha start like
talking trash and posing because she's in the ring on just that turnbuckle.
Yeah,
and they start talking trash. They go to commercial. They come back. Match is still happening. Becky's standing on the commentary table, taping her hands and wrists up as if she's preparing for a fight. But she doesn't tape her hands or wrists up when she actually has matches.
Yeah, well, maybe when she's in the barn doing the bare knuckle
street fights,
fighting. Yeah, barnyard.
And this whole time, this is when Lawler's going on. Becky, you promised me backstage you wouldn't do this.
Yeah,
you wouldn't get involved in the match.
Oh, he's trying.
Wait, you said you would wait till after the match was over to get involved.
He's trying to add to the story, man. He's old. What do you want?
Somebody else.
Well, too bad. Can't get it. Anyways, was there a match here?
Yeah, it was Sasha against Alexa.
It was.
Right. I know everything else was going on. I could not follow up with anything that was going on in the ring. I'm like, shut up, Jerry. Just shut up.
Wow.
Because there was no space for Vic or Dio to say anything to call the match.
Yeah.
Because Lawler was going on and on and on. Becky, please don't do this.
Uh-huh.
Like, does he not know what Becky's character is? She fights.
Yeah. Yeah.
Gosh.
Well.
Anyways, the finish was great because Becky's still in commentary. Sasha's in the ring. She's kind of like on the mat, and she turns towards the crowd and goes, "Bailey, come here."
Yeah.
Starts waving, and Alexa is distracted. She's standing up, so Sasha kicks her in her injured knee and then rolls her up for the win. And that's a pretty clever little finish.
Pretty clever.
And then as soon as the bell rings, Jerry's like, "Oh, now you can go to the ring, and it's fine." So Becky goes down the ring. They brawl. Becky sends Sasha out. Sasha climbs the barricade, standing in the crowd. Becky grabs the mic, and it's pretty much, you got no escape at Hell in a Cell. There's gonna be carnage. I'm gonna destroy you.
Yeah. You think she's gonna tape up her hands for Hell in a Cell?
Well, she's never taped up her hands before.
Yeah, but this is Hell in a Cell.
Is this gonna be like a kickboxer thing where they tape up their hands and dip them in glue and then like broken glass and thumbtacks and stuff?
Was that the movie Kickboxing?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, this is the final scene. Yeah.
Was that the Van Damme one?
Yeah.
Bloodsport. That was the other one. Which one's Bloodsport?
That was the tournament.
Is that Van Damme also?
Yes.
Was it a kickboxing tournament? Did they do the same thing with the glue and the glass?
It wasn't the glue and the stuff. No.
You've seen both those movies?
Yeah.
Wow.
I've seen Cyborg too.
I think I've seen Cyborg. I've seen Universal Soldier.
See, that one I have not seen.
That was Dolph Lundgren and Van Damme, I think. I saw that in the movie theaters. I don't remember dick about it, though. Anyways, afterwards, Seth Rollins had Speaking of dick, Seth Rollins had an interview. I don't know. That didn't make any sense. So yeah. And
So he's supposed to have an interview. Charlie's saying, I'm going to have an interview.
Oh, yeah, then they had like an extensive recap.
Yeah, an interview here with the Universal Champion. But first, see what happened just last week between Bray and Seth Rollins. Finally, the interview happens. Seth goes, I don't know how to plan for Bray, for the Fiend. He's crazy. He's scary. But I'm gonna persevere, and I'm still gonna win. Survive, and I'm gonna prevail. Sorry, that's his new catchphrase.
He's like, I'm not really worried about that because Hulk Hogan just asked me to be the captain of his team.
Hasn't happened yet. So he said,
that's where my priorities are.
Yeah, I know. He says, I'm guessing Ray can't compete because Dominic got beat up real bad. But Seth says, I promised everybody a title match, so you can get a title match later. He still wants a title match. He wants someone to step up for title match.
Yeah.
After that, tag titles defended. Rudolph taking on Heavy Machinery. Finish that. Saw Tucky go for a compactor. Dolph hit him with a zigzag. Otis gets tossed from the ring. And then Rude pins Tucker after a super kick from Dolph and a glorious DDT from himself.
Yeah, I was happy about that finish. I want Rude and Ziggler to have some sort of actual feud for these titles.
Yeah.
And I don't want Heavy Machinery at this point to get them. I still think they're kind of too goofy. Just not into them. Not into the whole thing.
Definitely telling Otis to gyrate his hips a heck of a lot more.
That's a Vince thing. That's got to be Vince.
Probably thinks it's endlessly funny.
Yeah. I mean, it's pretty funny.
It is pretty funny.
Yeah, but I just don't want to see titles on that, man. Anyways, like they could be good on main event.
Oh, totally.
I'll watch like GIFs of them on main event and be happy. Be totally happy.
They can
with
put
that.
on some decent matches, so they're a decent workmanlike team that has some personality.
But at the end of the day, like you want to see guys like War Machine and the OCs.
Agreed.
The OCs.
The OCs, yeah.
Lawler did say that.
He did.
Okay, just make
multiple times, yes. The OCs. Next, man, this was awkward. This was so awkward. Miz TV. So the Miz comes out first. He sends his thoughts to Ray and Dominic.
It's funny. I have to keep on
because he, as a
mentioning
parent, if anybody laid a hand on his kid, ooh, they'd be in for something.
I was hoping that was like some sort of foreshadowing. Like Brock is going to go and F5 both of his little babies. I don't know. Anyways, yeah. He says that, gives his best to whatever. Walter.
He introduces Ric Flair, who's now apparently a 17-time world champion.
Yeah, right? That's weird.
Just after Miz said 16-time.
That happened.
And then Hogan comes out. And it's instantly awkward. It's like Rick didn't know his cue to go after Hogan or something.
I kind of feel like they just gave him the mics and said, just say what, you guys know what to do. But they kind of didn't because they're so old.
Because as soon as Hogan hits the ring, Rick just goes, I'm over it.
Yeah.
Over what? I'm over it.
I'm tired of hearing your music all these years.
And then Hogan's like nice to him.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's just a weird thing. And so they kind of awkwardly go after each other. Hogan at first is nice, and then he goes in Flair's face and woos. And then Miz actually kind of brings them back around, and they sit down and actually try to do the segment probably as it was generally scripted.
Miz looked like he was having a good time.
Yeah, he probably was.
Because he was like, man, there's no way I'm going to hold all this together.
No.
Especially because of Ric Flair. I mean, let's just face it.
Yeah. So Hogan calls Flair the greatest of all time, which you think Rick would be like, all right, cool, thanks, Hulkster. No. He says, you and Stone Cold and The Rock might been the greatest stars in WWE, but none of you could hold a candle to me in the ring. There's no equal. There's never been an equal to what I can do in this ring. And then Hogan gets up and says, well, Rick, if you want a shot at these 24-inch pythons, brother, come at me.
Flair starts undressing.
Yeah, he takes his jacket off. He starts doing the jet setting stuff
Bounces
in his
off the
face.
ropes.
Yeah.
Hogan does the you.
And then they smile.
Yeah, it was all big goof.
It was all big goof.
Yeah, they're just goofing around.
And the Miz announces, well, we'll have a match, but you guys aren't going to fight because you're too old for that and you're not going to be cleared. He didn't say that, but that's the truth of the matter.
That would have been awesome if he actually said that.
You guys are old. There's no way WWE will ever medically clear either of you.
At least Hogan, right before the crowd indulged them, Hogan said, brother, we're not spring chickens anymore, brother.
I know.
Even though that fool would totally go
given
the green light.
I know, he totally would.
So the crowd started chanting one more match. And then, Miz says, we got a big announcement. You guys know about this 5-on-5 tag match at the upcoming second Crown Jewel.
Yeah.
Hogan v. Flair. What is we're going to do a charity stream that day in lieu of watching Crown Jewel. What is the charity stream going to be? Last time we did WWE versus AEW. What are we going to do this time? I got a lozenge here.
I thought we had an idea. Now I forgot it.
I don't remember having an idea for this one. Whoa, Dave A. With a huge super chat dropping bombs on us. He says, it is my birthday, so I've decided I wanted to give to people for doing good things. I'll start with you guys. Thanks for all the good you do.
Thank you, Dave A.
Thank you, David.
Thank you very much.
Thanks, Dave. That's really awesome. Enjoy your birthday. Have a great time.
Yes, have a happy birthday.
That's really nice of you.
I don't remember what the idea we had. We had an idea. It was a gaming thing. And it was something like...
It was like a Best of Super Friendos thing?
No, it was something else.
We should do Interdimension Tension. That's going to be a big deal.
It will be.
So we do that during Crown Jewel as the charity stream. We
could.
could. It's up to...
We can talk about that.
We'll figure
something out. So anyways, Hogan says, all right, well, I got my team captain already, brother, and here he is, and it's Seth Rollins.
Mm-hmm. Yep. He's totally happy to be there.
Yeah.
Man, he is off the prize.
Man, he is totally geeked out to be there. And he says something to Flair. I remember what. And Flair goes, oh, yeah? And before he can even say anything, Orton's music hits. He comes down the ring. He had a pretty good line. He says, Seth, if you crawl out of Hogan's ass long enough to listen to me. Whoa!
Yeah. That was pretty brutal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so Miz says teammates will be selected over the next few weeks. Orton says that. Says over the next few weeks we'll pick our teammates, but right now, Seth, what do you say to a captain's match? And Seth, of course,
I've been waiting for somebody to step up, so let's do this now.
Yeah.
And then the funniest part was then they started sort of like, it was weird. Orton was like, get this carpet out of here. So, of course, a bunch of hands come down.
some ring crew comes in.
And they start like rolling the carpet. And
Orton's kicking the carpet
Orton's
along.
like helping him out. He's like kicking the carpet with it. And Seth is doing a weird like hand motion to like sweep it, but he's not helping her or anything.
He's not doing anything.
Like he took a chair out, but that was pretty much it.
Yeah.
So you see them all awkwardly get the ring ready to fight.
Jack Daddy comes to the ring
to
referee it. And then right as he's about to ring the bell, cue King Corbin's music. He comes down to the ring. Orton cheap shot Seth. Baron gets in the ring, joins the attack, takes the scepter to him. Who makes the save? Rusev, Machka.
Yeah. And you're like, what? This is crossing storylines. What's going on here? Why is Rusev out there?
And so Seth and Rusev clear the ring, and they go to the stage. And they pose with Hogan.
Yeah, man. That's like a dream for all wrestlers to do that. Well, probably not all wrestlers at this point, but at one point it was.
Yeah,
remember during his run in 2002, he was like tag champs with Edge, and then he was like Triple H was like buddies with him, and like everybody that wanted to get a pose in with Hogan.
You know why? Because you do a program with Hogan. Guess what that means? Money.
Yeah, money. Well, that's what Flair said during his interview. He says, I want the same number of zeros on my paycheck.
So let's have a match.
So let's have a match. Yeah.
Yeah, he said for the first time, I want the same number of zeros into my paycheck that you have.
Yeah. So there was that.
Yes.
And then Rusev had an interview. Charlie asked him, where's everybody's asking, where's Lana? Because nobody cares about you. And then he just sort of stared menacingly. And then she said, okay, so I'm not going to ask you about that. Why'd you go help Seth? And he says, well, now Seth has a debt. He's in debt to me. And I want that Universal title match to be payment in full. Tonight, Universal title match. He did reference some problems he was having at home, though. He was like, well, I'm not going to talk about my problems at home. So that was, beyond the silent stare.
Yeah, he has problems at home.
Which we'd get to later on.
Oh,
also.
yes. After that, another really good AOP promo.
Oh, this was great. The dialogue was fantastic. What did he say? We grew up thousands of miles away, but on the same street corner of, what was it? I don't know, destitution and sadness or something like that. Despair and agony.
Yeah.
Whatever it was.
And they won this long bit about how essentially you live amongst violence, and eventually if you get engulfed in it, you learn to love it, you lust after it, and you become violent.
Holy moly.
Yeah, it was pretty decent stuff.
The writing on this one was fantastic. So kudos to whoever did that. And then we had War Raiders versus the OCs.
Yeah, the OCs.
Which I'll be honest with you, I kind of prefer over just the OC.
Oh, we failed to mention this. Jacinto Gonzalez brings up when the siren hit during the women's match, everybody yelled, "Holler if you hear me." It was great.
That's awesome. Yeah, you can't get away from the Steiner thing with that siren.
No, you can't. But then to have a siren, a hospital, or like an ambulance siren play.
Oh, that's right.
During the middle of the match, and that's supposed to mean, oh, Dominic's on his way to the hospital.
That was weird.
It's super awkward.
Yeah.
Like you got to cut to something for that to make sense.
I thought they were going to. I thought they were totally going to cut. They were like, oh, no, the siren, we piped that through the audio system on TV. So you guys know. Like, man, I thought you guys had a budget. Spend some of that Saudi money on showing it. I know you had an ambulance there.
I know.
Can you just show it sort of moving away?
I know. Or at least
that was funny.
Flicking the lights on.
That was funny.
War Raiders versus the OCs. This was a fun match.
Didn't the War Raiders already pick up a clean win on the OCs?
Yeah, there's another one.
I kind of figure they'd have the OC pick something up against the War Raiders here.
Some sort of dirty win or a DQ finish, something.
But no, it was a fun match. Well, the finish was fun.
Yeah, the finish was fun.
The rest of it felt kind of like paint by numbers.
Yeah, it kind of did.
But, the finish saw, let's see here, the big dude, Hansen, take out Carl Anderson while the other guy, Rowe, did whatever, splash. Hansen got the splash
for the win on Gallows. Yeah. After that, Charlie announces that Ray and Dominic are on the way to the hospital. Like we didn't know that based on the siren playing. And she says they're gone. However, Brock and Paul are still in the arena, and they want to address Brock's actions.
Yeah.
Cesaro comes in. He interrupts Charlie. He takes over the interview and says he wanted to be the one that beat up Ray and Dominic.
Yeah, he was like, I thought that was fun. I thought that was good. I would have done it. And then Ricochet says, you wouldn't have done nothing.
Yeah.
And then he's like, you think you're a big man? And he's like, I'm twice the man that Ray is. He says, fine. Go
No, he
prove
says
it.
first, no, you're half the man Ray is.
Yeah.
Even though you're taller than him.
Yeah, there's a bit of math going on. And then Ricochet said, let's do this math in the ring. Meet me there. I'll be waiting for you.
Yeah.
Pew, pew, pew.
Do. Yeah.
So then Ricochet's in the ring, and Cesaro, again, not prepared for a match, evidently. He's got his civilians on.
No, I like the has the civilian stuff on.
Yeah, it's good stuff. So that match happens, and yeah, it's a fun match.
Yeah, it was fun.
Like 5 minutes of Ricochet and Cesaro. Can't go wrong.
Yeah, no, it was just the only complaint I would have about it is that it was too short.
Yeah, I know. They probably should have let AJ Styles versus Cedric Alexander go longer in lieu of this match. But again, I just kind of feel like they're milling about. They're just getting everybody on TV, because the draft is about to happen, and they'll have longer matches, less people,
I
et
would
cetera,
hope so.
et cetera.
Because this show was really angle heavy.
Yeah.
Really angle heavy.
Yeah.
Cesaro just wears normal clothes now. I like pants. I like they're good, comfy workout pants.
Yeah.
But I just worry about him because he's wearing like Reebok cross-training shoes the last 2 matches he's had with his normal pants. No ankle support.
Yeah.
So his ankles to be fine.
Yeah. He's a professional, man. I'm sure he wouldn't go in there if he didn't know what he was doing.
Oh, I'm sure.
I mean, a 5 minute match
Yeah,
here. He'll be fine.
So what's up with his gear? Did he lose it?
No, man, he's not.
Is his gimmick now CrossFit aficionado?
His gimmick is he's not scheduled for a match, and he just stumbles upon them. He hasn't learned now. It's been 3 weeks, or it's been at least 3 matches.
Everybody else backstage is ready in their gear all the time. Like Bob Roode has to walk around Raw for 3 hours in that giant heavy robe.
Yeah. Yeah.
And Cesaro can't be bothered to at least have his...
Can't be bothered. That's his gimmick.
All right,
Can't be bothered. Yeah. That's
Fair
good.
enough.
After that, we had a Firefly Funhouse. The puppets are all scared because Rambling Rabbit is dead.
They were all scared, and then Rambling Rabbit's like he had a heart attack or something out of fear.
Yeah, so Bray comes over. He's like, oh, no, man. He's dead. He's gone.
Toss him
Yeah,
over his
oh,
shoulder.
well. And then he tosses him, yeah.
Yeah. So the puppets are all scared of the horror of Fiend versus Seth at Hell in a Cell, in Hell in a Cell. And Bray says, well, I'm scared too. He talks about fear. And then Bray says, oh, I'm going to go tell the Fiend that he should be nice to Seth.
Yeah.
Lol, JK, just kidding.
Yeah.
He laughs. Says, all right, bye, everybody. And he goes over to Mercy and goes, come on, say bye. And that's actually pretty funny.
Yeah, it was good.
After that, AJ Styles versus Cedric Alexander. This is fun. This is a really good match.
I
We should
know,
get a ton
this
more
was.
times.
I know, they should have.
This is I like matches when people have wrestled several times, and part of the story is they've wrestled several times, have learned from each other,
Yeah.
and learn how to counter their moves. 'Cause there's stuff in here that we hadn't seen either of them do in a very long time, if
Yeah,
at
right. Yeah.
all. And that finish was incredible. Man, that was awesome.
I know. Whenever AJ's in there with somebody who's so athletic and so creative that they can find a fun way to transition into a styles clash, that's the best. That's always the most fun. And that's what happens here. AJ was able to reverse the lumbar check into a styles clash for the win.
So Cedric got him in the kind of the belly back position, starts to pick him up. AJ floats over into like a roll up and then just picks up Cedric and drops in the styles clash.
Yeah.
It was really cool.
Yeah, it was really neat.
There was a couple sequences that were really creative in this match as well. It was really fun.
Yeah, I mean, I like it. So they've had is this the third match now?
I think so.
And so the past,
Not including tag matches, I think.
right? Yeah. The past two, like the pay-per-view match and then this match, have been they just go. So they've been really short matches. It'd be cool if they told the story of Cedric learning how to like sort of execute a match on his terms, and elongating it, and maybe because he's younger, he can like maybe try to gas out AJ
Well, it
Styles.
kind of feels
something
like
that.
the first one-on-one match was basically a squash match. Like Cedric came out, got some early offense, and then after that, AJ more or less decimated him. And then this is probably the closest Cedric has come to winning. So maybe the story they're doing, if they're assuming there's going to be another match, assuming Cedric does actually win the title at some point, is just him finding ways to get opportunities until he can unlock the secret of beating AJ Styles.
Yeah. So hopefully we'll get. I
suspect.
mean, I don't know what the impetus would be for another match.
I know. After
but-
2 clean losses, you didn't think there would be one.
Yeah, but they can write it that way.
Maybe.
you know.
Maybe. Next, Street Profits. They have a promo. they're hyping themselves and their match on NXT this Wednesday.
Yeah, that should be a good match.
Yeah.
That might be a show stealer. It's really good.
And this promo is really well done and really effective because they didn't have to hype up Raw. They had to hype up NXT and hype up their own match.
Yeah. I
Great.
still didn't really care, though. I just want to see him fight. Lacey Evans versus Natalya was next. We've seen this twice already also.
Yep.
And but no, this is a fine match. They have good chemistry.
They have really
in the
good
ring.
chemistry.
Yeah, they do.
I feel like working with Natalya has really helped Lacey Evans out a lot, actually.
Yeah.
Like her character work's always on point, but like in ring, it's kind of been hit or miss at times. But the last 2 matches they've had, and then who did Lacey have a match against last week? That was actually pretty good. Oh, the Ember Moon one.
Yes.
That was pretty good.
Yeah, that was good.
That was pretty good.
Yeah, Ember's really good.
Yeah. So the finish saw Natty or Lacey Evans was kind of against the ropes and kind of had her upper body through him, and Natty was going after her, trying to punch her. The ref comes and separates them, and so the ref is separating him, has his back towards Lacey Evans. Lacey puts her hand out, sticks fingers in Natty's eyes, rolls up Natty for the win. After the match, Lacey's like getting her arm raised and stuff, and Natalya kind of wanders over, and then Lacey Evans just hits her with a woman's right, just punches her.
Yeah.
After that Heyman interview, he calls Brock's actions earlier wanton and reckless, and apologizes to Ray and his family, but says it isn't our fault.
Yeah.
Because Vince...
Brock's in fight mode, so he shouldn't have booked him to be here on Raw, knowing that Brock is in fight
Well,
mode.
he said Vince shouldn't have allowed me
Yeah.
to bring Brock here on Raw, knowing that Brock's in
Yeah.
fight mode.
That was like, I guess, sort of...
A reference to him booking Raw, yeah.
I guess so, yeah. Well, they it's interesting. They don't really... I mean, it hasn't really been acknowledged on Raw that that's the case. But yeah, you're right. And he said he's basically going to make a victim out of Kofi, Walter.
This isn't a prediction. This is a
and
spoiler.
Ray. Yeah.
Brock winning that WWE title. And it probably will. And he'll probably main event Crown Jewel in a match against Rey Mysterio.
Have the New Day gone to Saudi Arabia?
I don't recall.
Me neither.
Maybe one of the Battle Royal?
Yeah, I don't remember.
Anyways, continue on. I'll look into that.
Because it'd be
briefly.
weird if he lost to Brock on SmackDown. Well, wait, Crown Jewel. Yeah, Crown Jewel's at the end of the month. I mean, maybe the rematch can happen. That's too soon. That's not going to happen.
Brock wouldn't.
Yeah, no.
Miss wrestling twice in like 3 days. That's not going to happen.
Yeah, that's not going to happen. What the heck are they going to do at Hell in a Cell besides the 3? Because only 3 matches coming out of the go home for Raw.
Only 3 matches announced so far.
Only 3 matches announced. But like, I mean, yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, the bar.
Okay.
Tag titles against the New Day.
All right.
Last year.
So at Hell in a Cell.
Well, you got to think there'll be. Yeah, they didn't really develop any programs going to Hell in a Cell. Like who? Like the tag titles, Raw tag titles. What's the story with that? We don't know. I guess you got to think Bayley versus Carmella, maybe.
I mean, given that Rudolph has picked up a bunch of wins as champions, and War Raiders now have 2 wins over the OCs, maybe they can do that match at Hell in a Cell. But there's nothing to indicate that they are.
No.
So yeah, I don't know.
I don't know either.
I have no idea if any match. I mean, Dead Meme here says Rusev versus Bobby Lashley is definitely happening. There's nothing to. I mean,
It feels like Hell in a Cell is just an obligation to get the crown jewel.
yeah,
They did a heck of a lot more matches set up for crown jewel than they did for Hell in a Cell on Raw yesterday, it felt like. There's a whole segment of Miz TV dedicated to a crown jewel match.
Yeah.
The build it's probably going to be Ray versus Brock at crown jewel.
Yeah, that could be.
I mean, that's 2 pretty major matches they laid the groundwork for.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess you can maybe do AJ Cedric again at Hell in the Cell. But again, why would you motivate that?
I know.
You have no time to motivate that.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, you could, out of this tag match on Friday, I guess you could do Charlotte Bayley.
Well, I'm kind of think it might be Carmella.
Oh, yeah, huh? Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know either. Anyways, after that, we had a Maria Kanellis interview, and she said, yeah, Rusev's not the father of my child.
Yeah.
And then Sasha comes in, snatches the mic, drops a promo, and says, there's only been 2 Hell in a Cell women's Hell in a Cell matches. I've been in the one, you haven't.
Mm-hmm.
Becky, I'll show you what Carnage is in Hell in a Cell, because there's no way I'm gonna let the man win my match.
Yeah. It's probably right about that. I think Sasha's gonna win that match.
Pretty good chance of that.
After that, a mystery limo pulls up at the arena. Wonder who's inside of it.
Oh, we find out later.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And then we had Rusev versus Seth Rollins for Universal Championship. This match did not even go that long before the shenanigans started. And boy, the shenanigans were something else.
They were something else.
So we had we come back from commercial, and Rusev was staring up at the ramp. Randy Orton and Baron Corbin were up there.
Yeah, but they hadn't announced it at that point.
No, they
just
hadn't.
kind of see him in a long shot.
Yeah, Rusev was laughing, and he says, "What just happened to your chair?"
Yeah, they don't show it on TV.
And I got that. Like I read his lips, or they had the mic on somewhat on him, and I was like, "What the heck is he talking about?"
But on Twitter, people had footage from the arena of Baron sits in his throne falls apart.
So then Rollins comes out. So you see that on Twitter, but what you see on TV is Rollins comes out. He looks over and he sees the throne all busted up, and Corbin and Orton sitting there, and he's like, "The heck is this all about?"
Yeah, they're just standing there for some reason.
They're just standing there. It's all really weird.
It's all super awkward, man.
It's strange. So he does his thing, walks to the ring, and then we have the match.
Yeah, which is fine.
Yeah, I mean the match lasted like maybe 5 minutes. It
Yeah,
was
I think
not
about 8
very
minutes.
long.
Towards the end, Seth tries for some sort of springboard move. Rusev hits him with the Machka kick. Cue Bob Lashley's music.
Mm-hmm.
So he comes out. Speaking of awkward, he comes out the ramp, and so his music's playing. And he points at Rusev, may talk some trash, and does this.
He does this a bunch. He points.
Yeah,
talks
because
some
I
trash.
think he points and waves, expecting Lana to come out immediately.
Yeah.
But it has to do it 3 times before.
Does more trash, and he's like, "What's going on here, man? Are they going to do this or not?" Anyways, he
And
does
finally,
that 3
dun, dun,
times.
dun, 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 dun.
Crowd goes crazy, by the way, for Lana. She comes out. They hold hands, and they just start basically, it's just F content.
Mm-hmm.
It's like freaking Fake Taxi on top of this on the stage right there.
Mm-hmm.
So they start going at it, and Rusev just looks so dejected. He doesn't, but the thing is, he doesn't look surprised. He just looks
Well,
like...
he knew there was problems at home, so...
And I suspect, I would like to think that he knows that it's Lashley, and they're just doing this now to...
Publicly to humiliate him.
Exactly, yeah. So as we were talking about this before the cameras were rolling, this isn't necessarily a cuck situation, because in a true cuck situation, you're inviting...
Rusev would be enjoying that.
Yes.
He didn't look like he was enjoying it.
No. This is just a public...
Humiliation.
But not an enjoyable one.
No.
They're just cheating, but they're doing it in front of him, is what's happening here. I was cracking up. I thought it was hilarious, because then the Fiend lights music thing hits, and then you see the Fiend. So it's like a weird sex club happening, right?
Yeah,
so
kind
the
of
Fiend and Rollins are going at it.
Well, before they don't show
Rollins
this on TV
is
again.
sucking on the Fiend's hand.
You have Orton and Baron on the ramp laughing
They're giggling.
about...
So they're getting their pleasure.
about the public F content going on the stage.
Right.
Yeah, lights come down.
Yeah.
Strobe lights. Yeah, then you got Rollins with
I would
with the Fiend's hand
imagine
in his
Lashley
mouth,
and
yes.
Lana are going at it even more with the
Yeah.
lights down.
Exactly.
Rusev is not having a good time, or maybe he is. Maybe it is a true cuck situation.
Maybe the lights went down.
And yeah.
He's like, here's my opportunity.
He's like, perfect,
I know.
right? And then Rollins and the Fiend they're going at it.
Yeah.
So it's like one of them Amsterdam things, man. It's crazy.
Yeah, it could be.
It's crazy. So I don't know. I don't know where this whole Lashley, Lana, Rusev, Maria, Mike thing. I hope they're all involved, and it's all just a big thing.
Yeah, maybe.
I don't know, man. It's so bad, but it's so. I was laughing so hard. I'm like, okay, you're seriously gonna, you're not even gonna end on the Lashley, Rusev, Bobby thing.
Mm-mm.
They're going at it. There's still a minute left. Let's throw the Fiend in there.
Mm-hmm.
That's terrible.
Yeah, it's a bit
That was
much.
pretty funny though. It was pretty. Meanwhile, yeah. Wade here says. Meanwhile, Jerry has no pants on. Exactly. Oh man.
Oh yeah, it was all a bit much.
It was pretty funny.
Wow. Run along already. You want to take some questions?
Yeah. Oh my God, we're almost at an hour. Jeez. Yeah. Let's do questions.
There's a lot to get.
I'll go to the Dirty Sex Club Discord over
right,
here.
We got a couple more super chats. Downtown CM Brown says Lawler was fine. Dio was awful. Barely talked. Jerry didn't give him a lot of.
I mean, if you consider that Lawler is not fine. I'm sorry, he was not. He was awkward as crap,
and he talked a lot.
And Dio barely talked, which he's brand new. That's going to be the case, but I have faith in him. He was good on 205.
Yeah, he was really good on 205. Yankee. Ray's cousin is already El Hijo de Rey Mysterio. Dominic should break with tradition and call himself Prince Mysterio.
That'd be cool. Prince Mysterio is a good name.
Jeffrey Nguyen asked, does Walter getting destroyed by Lesnar discredit NXT UK? Buried.
Totally buried.
The guy that just last week said he's going to be champion forever.
Right.
Just buried.
Hafty says, should Rusev and Mike Kanellis team up as the Young Cucks? And he says, credit to Alex C for the joke. I had Team Cuck, but his is better. Yeah. The Young Cucks. That's good. But then he says he saw it somewhere else. So
all right.
There's always somebody out there. This is great. I love this man. The new businessman Maddie. So there's a dude in Discord who's got this 1986 television.
Oh, it's great.
Right? And it's exactly how you think. It's got the buttons like the keypad on the front, and he runs his cable through that. So he's watching Raw on standard def on that old. That's amazing. Oh, I love it. Oh, Cody Miles has a picture of the
I saw that. Yeah.
NWA Power Set. I love this. I want to go there. This is on my bucket list now.
Pretty cool.
I need to go to a power taping.
I saw that after we did the new show yesterday, the Sienna's belt, the new women's
beautiful.
It's amazing.
It's got her picture in it.
So cool.
It's great.
So cool.
Rosemary showed up. That's cool.
Oh, that's cool.
I know. That's rad. Let's see here. Alex C says Larson needs to lay off the Red Bull and cocaine. I prefer him when he's on Red Bull and cocaine.
I'm not on either of those things currently.
You're on one earlier when you were talking about Lawler. It was funny.
Oh, it was just irritating.
Let's see here.
The King of Lazy Style, Zach Fuller. Are we seriously going here again with Lana and Rusev? Also, that makeout session was uncomfortably long. It wasn't very long.
It was great. I loved it. It could have gone longer, in my opinion. Although I was disappointed because Sean Ross Sapp on Twitter. So I was kind of watching and half not watching. But he had said on Twitter, he was like, man, the over the pants hand job that was going down on the stage. I was fully expecting her to be putting her hand somewhere else. I am upset at Sean Ross Sapp for making me think that we're going to get an over the pants hand job on Raw.
It still is what, TV 14 or something, or PG, sorry.
Cody
TV,
Miles says, judging by chat, you should probably do a public service announcement. There is no SmackDown tonight.
Yes.
Tomorrow on the show, we will simply be doing like a 20-minute news brief.
Yeah.
Assuming there's enough news.
Yeah, we can always find
for
something.
that.
And also, I'm going to try to get part one of Wrestling Thunderdome up first thing in the morning. So there's something going up first thing in the morning.
So there's that. And then for the patrons, we'll have to do some sort of bonus episode tomorrow.
Obviously.
We'll figure something out.
And then Thursday, you'll get 2 shows.
Thursday, we're going to do both shows back to back.
Mm-hmm.
And you guys get to see the new AEW intro because we got that together. Thanks to, I want to say it was Big Money gave us the Joey Janela one.
Mm-hmm.
And, of course, Tim Spulak got us Cody
and Kenny. Yeah.
So that's awesome.
It's pretty cool, yes. Friday, we'll do a new show probably, and then Friday night, we'll do our SmackDown recap.
Yeah.
Jurgen Johnson and Johnson's, if you had to watch one show and not promotion, so SmackDown, NXT, Raw are separate, nothing to do with how much money you can make podcasting, what would you watch every week? Okay, so if you only watch NXT, if you only watch Raw, SmackDown, Dynamite, whatever the case may be, what is the one show you'd watch every week? I know you'd watch NXT.
So, okay, let's say it was this week. And it was like,
it would be Dynamite then.
It would be Dynamite. I am very much looking forward to seeing what, and not because they're an official sponsor of Going In Raw. That does help. But no, I want to see what what that's
yeah,
going
I'm
to
genuinely
look
interested to see what the television product looks like,
Yeah.
and what week after week we have to look forward
Although
to.
I'll be honest, I'm very much looking forward to NWA Power. I love the studio show, man. I can watch all those ones they got on the network. Oh man, I eat those up. Those are great. I am not reading that. Also, with a $5 super chat, y'all can read it if you want to. Essentially, it says my Uber rider was like, "How do we go from wrestling to porn?" Lol.
D-Mess asks, what's next for Cedric? I feel losing again clean against AJ again means no more title. What else can they do on Raw, or is he due to be on SmackDown with Ali and Buddy? Guess that's a possibility.
What was the question? I'm sorry.
What's next for Cedric?
It's getting that U.S. title somehow. I don't know how. I don't know how they're going to do it.
Either.
I think maybe, I don't know if they're just waiting for the draft. I don't know.
Handsome B Wonderful. Did Dominic Walter Mysterio just become the force to break the one more time rule? People were booing Brock for beating up Dominic.
That's a good point. People really like Walter. Yeah, it was pretty disturbing. That's a good point.
Cassidy, do you think major stars like AJ Styles and Orton will get their pyro back in entrances as the weeks go on? Or as Andrew Whitaker said, is this only a season premiere thing? My understanding is that pyro is back. I was disappointed that AJ did not get his pyro back. However.
Yeah, I agree.
I feel like his intro is better with the pyro raining down when he does his pose.
For sure. Yeah, it's a bummer. Let's see here. Oh, I got an alert from Fantasy Football.
Oh, wow. Ollie B says, what culture said season premiere was said 87 times last night?
That sounds right.
Will SmackDown be higher or lower? They'll be saying this premiere of SmackDown on Fox a lot.
A ton of times.
It is a shorter show, so I think based on that, if no other reason, it'll be less. Andrew Jocelyn, who do you expect to get drafted to NXT, and who from NXT do you expect to be drafted to SmackDown or Raw? Maybe NXT call-ups? I'd be surprised if anybody goes from main roster to NXT.
I don't think. Yeah. So here's the thing: NXT is not going to be, according to Triple H, in his conference call, NXT is not going to be involved in the draft.
Mm-hmm.
That being said, we did hear that Shayna Baszler might be draft. I don't know. I mean, it'd be kind of weird if they were like, "Oh yeah, let's draft Shayna Baszler," but it's like nobody else is available.
Yeah, no.
They'd have to justify it. You would think they would probably want to justify it somehow.
Yeah.
But I don't know. We've heard that Shayna might have a call-up soon. I don't know if they do that through the draft or not.
Mm-hmm. Mondo asks, if Bray and Brock are both champs by the end of the week, does that mean they're facing each other at Survivor Series? And if so, who goes over?
I don't think Brock would want anything to do with facing off against the Fiend, like behind the scenes.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I don't know. Bray Wyatt's like, did Bray and Brock fight before?
No, they were supposed to once, and then Bray got hurt.
Yeah. So I don't know. I don't know how they're going to handle Survivor Series. It wouldn't surprise me if they stayed away from the brand war. It wouldn't surprise me either way because
with the TV split so hard,
you can't have a winner. You can't have a winner.
Yeah. Marinko, thank you. Yeah. Who knows?
Anyways, we got a bonus episode coming up.
Correct.
In just a few moments.
Mm-hmm.
So patrons, $5 and up. YouTube channel members, all you got to do to be a YouTube channel member, click join. You get access to all of our bonus content. And, of course, find us on the Patreon at patreon.com/Stephen Larson. $5 gets you a bonus episode today. Thanks, everybody. We appreciate it. Till next time, we'll talk to you later.
Goodbye.